instruments housed in a converted barn next to the Streitwieser Bed and Breakfast near Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Now, Franz knows what you're thinking.
I can't imagine a museum of trumpets.
Long ones, short ones, polished and dull. Horns of every conceivable make and shape. What's the fascination? Ask Franz about growing up in post-World War II Austria, about a music capital that suddenly had a scarcity of musical instruments.
So I looked around, and I picked up a horn here, a bugle there, and on and on and on, and I got just fascinated by the variety of different instruments.
Over 500 different instruments now, and Franz has played every one of them. The East German model, the Civil War design, the Herald trumpet, the jeweled trumpet, the B-flat, the E-flat, even his own invention, the clarinet horn. Franz Streitwieser can't get enough of these musical wonders. He likes the feel, he likes the look,
and I like the history.
He likes to teach, too.
And it does play. Remember that tune? That's a masterpiece theater.
And when he's busy, his wife pitches in.
It sounds kind of weird, but it was the forerunner of the dinner bell. In the olden days, the bell was too expensive. The metal was much too expensive to have, and so they made this sort of a cheap tin horn to use, and that called the farmers in for their meal.
These days, the call is for a new wave of professional musicians to come on down to the Trumpet Museum for just the right authentic sound. One musician, for instance, thought that an old score demanded the old, out-of-date instrument it was written for.
So I offered that to the conductor, and he said, great. And I said, I have an idea where I can get one. And I called Franz and said, do you happen to have a post horn that would work for this? And he said, yes, I do.
He has just what it takes to add subtle tone or clarity to any composition. Just what it takes to make music traditions come alive. As rich in history and in art as this museum may be, there are still some people, I suppose, who imagine the founder of a trumpet museum to be an eccentric person. Well,
I like to be called an eccentric. I just came across a saying the other day by a white man. I can't quite recall. It was Bernard Shaw. He said, sensible people, no, reasonable people adapt to the world. Unreasonable people make the world adapt to them.
Great.
Isn't that nice? But he also said, the unreasonable men are the ones who bring the world a step forward. And I believe with the Trumpet Museum, I brought the brass world a step forward.
For today, Mike Leonard, NBC News, near Pottstown, Pennsylvania.
And we'll be back in a moment. This is Today on NBC.